Woohoo! Happy Mother's Day to all those. Gotta get used to that woohoo stuff. That's hard to do. Yeah, we got a little mother here in the ground. She wants somebody to throw the ball for her. But Allie, rest. You know, when I asked God about Mother's Day, this scripture God brought to my mind, Genesis 2:7, and God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. I'm thinking about man. God created the earth. He created man from the earth, so that we're all part of the same creation. And then Jeremiah 1:5, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. God had a plan for all of us, and for mothers are very special. But our little puppy dog mother took off. I look at the fact when God formed man out of the dust of the earth and breathed life into him. Our Mother's Day thing today, the dust of the earth. The dust of the earth. He made us out of dirt so that when we die, we go back to it. We become part. We strengthen it with our knowledge of Him. And it's the dust of the earth that we are formed, but then God breathed life into it. And I look at the fact that God, once He breathed life into it, He took that little baby and He put it inside of Mama's womb. Okay, and He hooked it up to Mom. Mom was the one that was going to nurture that baby. Mom was the one that was going to protect and take care of that baby. So God created life within you, Mom, and then He entrusted that life to you to nurture and care for. He knew you would do that. If He gave it to Dad, and Dad walked around the baby inside of him, that baby would be bouncing off doors and tractors and stuff. He'd have a rough life. He'd be tough. But a baby needs that nurturing from a mom that only a mom can give, that love. In the hospital, they hook you up to a man-created machines to keep you alive. God hooked you up to a mom created by Him to keep you alive. God had a plan, and moms were a part of it. God might form inside of you or the lives of children that you might come in contact with. A child that grows up physically inside the body of a mom hears every word a mom speaks daily, but so does the child you come in contact. You know, think of when we moved into Ottawa, Illinois. We're getting ready to start a family. We bought our first house. We had a little pool in the backyard we had for our kids. Now, Elaine was the mom to our children, but she was also the mom to all the kids in our neighborhoods who didn't have a mom that would come home. Many of those kids come home to an empty house, so they would gravitate down to our house. So even if you don't have kids of your own, you become a mother to a community, to all the kids around you, the way people speak in your life. You know, it's amazing. I get aggravated with my little puppy dog. She is so annoying. But still, she's a mother. And we are to take care, even of all of God's creation. Think like this. Every child has a mom who gave birth to them, but every child does not have a mother, someone who speaks into their lives daily. Sometimes those kids end up going to kids to speak to and to talk to and ask questions with. But they need a mother. They may have a mom. Everybody has a mom. I know we were talking about a couple girls that have probably had 4 or 5 kids apiece, but none of them have they ever raised. They ended up in somebody else's home because of their addictions and habits. Those mothers gave birth to them, but they also gave them a problem. The addiction, those drugs that they were on when those kids were born. And they ended up in the house of a mother. When you think of all the orphan ministries that we have around the states and around the world that takes care of these kids. When you think of all these kids and all the problems they have and all the people that speak life into them. You have men that do it. You have doctors and stuff like that. But it's usually the soothing comfort of a mother that really takes care of these children. The children, we need a lot of godly mothers, but we need a lot of godly moms, a lot of godly women who are willing to do that. I got to go down past where I was at. I was asking God what gift to give mothers today, and God made me think of a movie called The Secret Garden. This little girl was looking for a piece of earth. Isn't that what we are? Are we a piece of earth, something that God took and formed? You know, it's amazing when you think he took the dust of the earth and he formed Adam and he breathed life into him. Then Adam, when he joined Adam and Eve together, he took Adam's ribs. That's terrible. I couldn't think of that. From him to make Eve, which made Eve a part of Adam and made Eve a part of the same earth that God created Adam from. And so, every lady, you're going to get a piece of earth today. You know, I didn't know how many of you. I got to go. We got 5 of you. We'll leave one for LaShawn too. She should be here, but she's not. But we will leave one for her. Everybody gets a piece of earth. That's a piece of the earth that God created Adam from. It's also a piece of earth that I believe we were all created from. Now, what you've got to do with this piece of earth, we were so gentle that we gave you a pot to grow it in. What's the old expression? I don't even have a pot to pee in. But you've got a pot to grow flowers in. And I'm thinking that this here, this is a piece of dirt. This is a place to grow in. These, what I'm going to give you, are seeds. To plant in your pot. Now that pot, much like Adam, you can put it in the ground and it's a pot for that. That you can actually put your seeds into. But if you have a pot and you have dirt and you have seeds, but you never plant them, you never put them together, then what you've got is a pot, dirt, and seeds. You got nothing. A child, where a mother speaks into a mother's life, into a child's life, she's the one that changes it. He is like a piece of dirt. Think about a child as a piece of dirt. If you do nothing for that child or nothing with that child, then you're going to get nothing out of that child. Okay? That dirt right there is dirt. And you can grow many things in dirt. But if you never plant anything in it, you got nothing you're going to get out of it. Whatever you put into your children is what you get out. Okay? We all made mistakes in our lives. Everybody has. Everybody has problems in their lives. Every child has problems too. And we have to stick with our kids in the same way we stick with our grandkids. That's what mothers are for. God made mothers to be a very special part of the bond. He made men to work. In the day and age when I grew up, my dad had made a living. My mom took care of the kids. That was her responsibility. My mom was a farmer, so my mom knew how to climb on a tractor and disc and harrow and to clean the field. She had a big responsibility. But her main responsibility were the kids. And the main responsibilities that we have are the kids. But moms, you go out there and you speak into the life of everybody's kids. Think about what you do when you walk past a child and you say hi to them. You know, some kids never get anybody that says hi. Or you go by and say, do you know that Jesus loves you? Not every kid has somebody that would do something like that. It's a great responsibility that God has given you. And I like the idea when God showed me That when he breathed life into that baby in your belly, when that baby's heart began to beat and he became alive, he was hooked up to you. God said, okay, Mom, this is your responsibility that I give to you. I tell Dad to go work and make a living. I tell you to watch after my kids.